Battle Through the Heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 256, The Power of the Ghost Emperor. In the sky, Yinxia's smile froze instantly. At this moment, he finally understood why the Nine Souls Monument was wasting time with himself. It turned out that Xiao Yu was preparing a powerful blow. At this time, Xiao Yu was full of silver-white douqi, and the long sword in her hand was filled with terrifying energy, causing the surrounding space to burst slightly. Blood Moon kill, break the army. With Xiao Yu shouting loudly, the long sword in her hand savagely attacked Evil Yin. Immediately, the terrifying power above the long sword gathered in a crescent moon, and was attacking the evil spirits rapidly. The blood mist instantly increased several times, trying to resist this terrifying blow. The terrifying offensive on the long sword turned into a crescent moon, roaring away at the evil spirits. The gloomy ghost laughed a few times, and Yinxia was not at all afraid of Xiao Yu's attack. When the terrifying gray meniscus attacked, Yinxia just put his hands in front of him and shouted, "Blood 10 directions." As Yinxia's loud shout fell, a slanted cross light suddenly appeared in front of it silently. Boom boom boom. The terrifying meniscus slammed heavily on the cross light of the evil blood mist, making an extremely harsh friction sound. The dazzling blood-red cross light and the strong gray meniscus sword light met in the air, and there was a loud noise, like a thunderous thunder, and the ground space trembled. The terrifying ripples scattered all over the place, forcing Xiao Yan and the others to take a few steps back before they stopped. Seeing Xiao Yu's shot, the Nine-Soul Monument snorted lightly, and his body swelled up, and then the whole body was covered with a powerful red light, like a dragon flying into the sky, and appeared above the Evil Yin in a blink of an eye, with a scorching heat that devoured everything. Power, cut to the bottom. Dragon Sad Hand. Not far away, everyone's pupils also shrank tightly, because they could feel it, whether it was Xiao Yu's Blood Moon killing, or Nine Soul Monument's Dragon Sad Hand. What it contained in it could destroy the sky and destroy the earth. Xiao Yan stood quietly in the same place, with a faint twinkle in his eyes, staring at the corpse, very concealed, not knowing what he was doing. Master, aren't these twin ghost emperors only half? How can their strength be so terrifying? Xiao Yan also murmured, because from Xiao Yan's perception, this evil spirit is actually not afraid of Xiao Yu and Nine Soul Monument. You must know that these two are genuine 7-star Dode. This evil spirit is stronger than you think. Nine Soul Steel and Xiao Yu should also know this, and they showed their true abilities when they attacked at the very beginning. However, this evil spirit seems to have some plans. I always find it strange that the Evil Yin in the cold pond seems to have disappeared. The Golden Dragon King also said solemnly. Hearing this, Xiao Yan didn't ask any more questions. After all, he couldn't get involved in a battle of this level, but Xiao Yan was not idle either. The heavenly fire in his body slowly gathered and merged. A rather beautiful fire lotus was also slow form. Let's act on a whim. Xiao Yan also murmured. In the sky, the sinister terrifying cross-red light and the crescent moon of Xiao Yu were intertwined, and a monstrous explosion erupted. The shocking explosion was also slowly disappearing, but the terrifying energy it produced gave everyone in the entire infernal corpse forest couldn't help but take a deep breath. As the two terrorist attacks have just disappeared, the attack of the Nine Soul Monument is also imminent. When Yinxia and Xiao Yu confronted each other, the Nine Souls Monument came to the top of Yinxia. Seeing that Yinxia and Xiao Yu's crescent moon were constantly fighting against each other, it also sank slightly, and then the terrifying douqi burst out instantly. Take a photo of yourself below. Take it with a palm. Bringing up a monstrous red light, the fiery red light beam turned into an extremely ferocious dragon, roaring away at the evil below. Boom boom boom. At this time, Yinxia had just finished dealing with Xiao Yu, and the breath in his body was disordered. So the attack of the Nine Soul Monument also directly attacked the blood mist of Yinxia. As the attack of the Nine Souls Monument fell, the original blood-red blood mist on the evil body became a little illusory. The cracks are also very obvious. Obviously, the blood mist above Yinxi's body blocked all the power of the Nine Souls Monument, but the blood mist was also on the verge of collapse. Humph! Yinxia sneered, and then suddenly increased the aura in his body, the momentum soared, and instantly shook Xiao Yu and the Nine Soul Monument away. Roar! The terrifying dragon contains extremely pure power, and it is attacked by evil spirits. Although the evil spirits temporarily shook the Nine Souls Monument and Xiaoyu away, the attack of the Nine Souls Monument also caused him great damage. Because the layer of blood mist above Yinxie's body is also part of his strength, the blood mist was severely damaged, and Yinxie's body was also in chaos. Cough cough cough. Damn it, I still underestimated the two of you, Yinxie also said with a bad expression. Obviously, he had just broken through the seal and his strength had not recovered yet, but he was attacked by the two of them. Yinxie was also overwhelmed. In the field, a fierce battle is taking place between the two and the evil spirit. At this time, Xiao Yan has continuously released his soul power and even the spiritual power, trying to find out the secrets of the evil yin. But no matter what Xiao Yan did, the result was the same, that is, there was a very strange mysterious power in this evil spirit, which concealed the evil spirit inside and maintained its powerful and strange aura. As for what it was, Xiao Yan couldn't find it out, because as soon as his soul power got close to that mysterious power, it would be swallowed up, and it was completely impossible to probe into the details. While Xiao Yan was investigating Yinxie, under the attack of Nine Soul Monument and Xiaoyu, Yinxie suddenly turned his attention to Xiao Yan. How can there be a familiar and strange aura in this human being? This kid should have something from our ghost world. Yinxie also shrank his pupils tightly. It seems to have launched some kind of attack on Xiao Yan. Cough, cough. Xiao Yan also coughed violently, covering the blood in his mouth with his hand. The power of this evil spirit is really tyrannical, Xiao Yan also secretly said, but he never thought that his ordinary soul power of the Emperor realm was still easily discovered by him, and he fought back. Xiao Yan's every move was very obscure and was not discovered by others, because everyone at this time was focused on the battle in the sky. They all knew it. That was a battle between the three 7-star Dodi powerhouses. Watching at such a close distance is also beneficial to their future cultivation, but more importantly, they knew that once Xiaoyu and the Nine Soul Monument were defeated, what was waiting for them was, pass my order, be careful around you, if there are other ghosts approaching. Kill. Wu Jiang's ruthless voice was also transmitted on the third floor of the infernal corpse forest, and the crowd gathered at this time. Damn it! Why is the aura of evil yin getting weaker and weaker? And why did Yuquan and Yumei disappear? Yinxie also retreated in the face of the two men's terrifying and fierce offensive, and he was also angry. In Chapter 257, Extremely Crazy Evil, advanced to half-step rank 8 Ghost Emperor. In the sky, the power of the two together is very powerful, and they have already controlled the evil yin within a certain range. However, the two also tried to destroy it, but no matter how they attacked, they couldn't hit the evil body. Nine Soul Monument, if we continue like this, we will be consumed to death by this Ghost Emperor. This is the Infernal Corpse Forest. And it's still a cloudy moon. You should know better than me. Xiaoyu is also constantly attacking the evil spirits, but the voice in her mouth also entered the ears of the Nine Souls Monument. Xiaoyu also had a fluctuating expression in her eyes. She glanced at the Nine Souls Monument next to it that was also attacking, and asked, Senior, can you think of any way to do it? If we go on like this, I'm afraid we'll be exhausted and we won't be able to kill this thing. It's not impossible to kill this corpse. It's just that we don't have good weapons, so we can't break his defense against this corpse. The Nine Soul Steel also said it in one sentence. When Xiaoyu heard the words, she also turned her pupils slightly to look in a certain direction, not knowing what she was thinking. It's just where Xiaoyu looked. It was the place where Xiao Yan stood. Xiao Yan also felt a very bad look when Xiaoyu saw her here. Xiao Yan, lend me the fairy sword in your hand. Xiaoyu also looked at Xiao Yan that looked at her, and then said. When everyone heard this, they were also shocked. Xiao Yan, is that the one who took advantage of it? Mu Yingying stood beside the heavenly fire sacred tiger, biting her lips slightly, obviously a little surprised. Little ancestor, this Xiao Yan is not easy. Don't underestimate the enemy. The human-like heavenly fire sacred tiger also said. Ha! This time, Mu Yingying surprisingly did not refute, and her beautiful eyes looked at the man named Xiao Yan. Like. There are familiar things. Mu Yingying also looked at her blankly. It's actually Xiao Yan. But at the moment, the point-grabbing competition should also be forced to be interrupted. If we don't solve this evil thing in front of us, then our end will be. Luo Guang also said, he knew that Xiao Yan would definitely not be a fuel-efficient lamp. But him and Xiao Yan did not have a grudge, although his companion wanted to have his points, but he did not do anything, so he could not say their enemy. The woman in front of Luo Guang also nodded in agreement with Luo Guang's statement. The matter of points should be put aside for a while. Chu Huanyao was also jealous of the points in Xiao Yan's hands, but at this time he also knew the magnitude of the matter, so he watched the battle in the sky solemnly. Xiao Yan, I have to figure it out. How can you have the blood of our snake people in your body? Said a woman who was also a contestant. That is, twin ghost emperors, Lord Yinxia. The ghost spirits were also excited. Muller also smiled in agreement. He could feel the terrifying power of this sinister evil yin, and it would be easy to deal with. Xiao Yan, go. Once someone blocks Lord Yinxia, kill Wuxi. The ghost spirit also said, and then the figures behind him also followed. Under the cover of the cloudy moon, the dark figure could not be clearly seen without careful observation. Do you want to do it now? Hong Yi also asked gently. Wait, there are still some things in this evil spirit that have not been revealed. Yuquan also said slowly. Yuquan can feel that even if the evil spirit is besieged by the two 7-star Do De powerhouses, the ghost energy in the body is also not weakening in the slightest, and it is even continuously increasing. When Xiao Yan heard the words, he paused, and then he didn't hesitate. The Emperor Yin ring turned slightly in his hand, and the fiery red long sword appeared out of thin air. When the fiery red long sword appeared, the space around the long sword exuded an extremely terrifying power. Obviously, this is the power of the immortal red sword itself. This is just a broken state and it has such power. If it is at its peak, then the power of this immortal sword is also. Senior, catch it. Then Xiao Yan held it with one hand, threw it heavily, and flew towards the 9 Soul Monument. The reason why Xiao Yan didn't throw the long sword to Xiaoyu is because the power of the 9 Soul Monument is more powerful, and the attribute of the 9 Soul Monument is also a fire attribute, and the bonus to the immortal sword is even more terrifying. It's actually an immortal sword. Xiao Yan, this guy. Luo Guang also said enviously, he knew the value of this immortal sword very well. The value of this immortal sword is more precious than the immortal Do skills. Good sword. The 9 Soul Monument also caught the immortal red long sword, and then an extremely pure force spread throughout the body. Xiaoyu, give me some time. The 9 Souls Monument also said solemnly, and after that, the fiery red sword in his hand stood in front of his eyes. His eyes were slightly closed, but those with discerning eyes would find the world around the 9 Souls Monument. The power is gathering towards the 9 Soul Monument with rapid power. It's just that the power of heaven and earth in this corpse forest is also extremely thin. With the injection of power between heaven and earth, the immortal sword in front of the 9 Souls Monument also has a ray of milky white light surrounding the sword body. It's only about a quarter of it. It's still quite a bit of time before it's all around. Damn old ghost. Are you going to go all out? Yinxia also saw the 9 Soul Monument so poised, and felt a wave of death. Obviously, this fiery red immortal sword gave him extremely strong pressure. Boy, it's a good thing to break this emperor. After this matter is over, this emperor will definitely kill you. Yinxia also said something vicious to Xiao Yan. After he finished speaking, the dark chains were instantly closed, and the blood mist all over his body disappeared. It's just that an extremely terrifying suction force spreads out from the center of the evil in an instant. And with the fluctuation of yin and evil, Xiaoyu also suddenly understood. Damn yin evil, actually want to use the ghost energy in this yin corpse forest to break through the 7th grade ghost emperor. Xiaoyu is also clear that the higher the rank, the difference in strength is also very obvious. Xiaoyu has been in the yin corpse forest for so many years, and she naturally knows the method used by the evil yin, but this method is quite dangerous. But there is no doubt that if it succeeds, the strength of this evil yin will also increase. What a terrifying lunatic. Xiaoyu also snorted coldly and then her color became solemn. For example, right now, his own strength should be in the mid-stage of the 7-star Dode, and the strength of the 9 Soul Monument is in the high stage of the 7-star Dode. The two of them joined forces to deal with the infernal core, which is comparable to the peak strength of the human 7-star Dode without any advantage. If this is to make Yinxia break through the 7-star Dode, then what awaits them? Only death? Everyone, help me, Xiaoyu also said to everyone on the ground. Although the people on the ground didn't understand what was going on, they saw the terrifying attack of the 9 Souls monument in the sky, and the evil spirit that was absorbing the ghost energy in the entire Yin Corpse forest. Suddenly, Shabu. As Xiaoyu's words just fell, everyone on the ground also understood the seriousness of this matter. They did not stand by and they exerted their vindictive energy to the extreme, and then turned into extremely terrifying forces that gathered directly to the 9 Souls monument. Then, after the transformation of the 9 Soul monument, a stream of pure power slowly surrounded the immortal sword. Xiaoyu also knows that attacking the Yin Corpse at this time is also a waste of effort, so it is also a steady stream of vindictiveness towards the 9 Soul monument. On the other hand, the suction force of the evil Yin is also continuously expanding, and then the entire evil corpse forest is madly rushing towards him, and his breath is. Chapter 258, 1 Trigger. In the sky at this time, an extremely hot and pure force is slowly brewing, and another extremely evil and strange force is constantly soaring and growing. On the ground, Mu Yingying, Chu Huaniao, Luo Guang, and the others also continuously sent their power to the 9 Soul monument. This is the ongoing battle between the strong powerhouses. Xiao Yan also sighed with emotion, and then while delivering Douqi, he kept swallowing the medicinal pills, so the Douqi didn't consume much. It's a little strange, hasn't the evil Yin had just already broken through the seal? There are 2 ghost spirits, and I haven't seen these 3 people yet. It's really strange, Xiao Yan said, but he had to keep a hand in his heart. After all, it is the thinking of ordinary people. The 2 parts of the twin ghost emperors have just broken through the seal and must be merged into one. The strength of the evil Yin is also the peak in the true sense, and it can be called a twin ghost emperor. Could it be that the evil's head was caught in the door? Xiao Yan said, but he didn't really think that since the twin ghost emperors could be sealed by many Suan powerhouses. It was definitely not the case. Fool. So there is only one possible outcome. It seems that something happened to the evil Yin in Hanji. Xiao Yan also muttered. Yuro, Mu Feng, I'll give you some medicinal pills. Remember to keep some strength. I always feel that something is wrong. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, some medicinal pills also appeared in front of the 2 of them out of thin air. The 2 did not hesitate and put it away directly. After all, there is no way to restore Douqi here, and there are many people with greedy eyes. This kind of high-level recovery medicine cannot avoid jealousy from others. In the sky, 2 extremely obvious forces were also split apart. The body of the 9 Soul monument hangs in the air, and the whole body emits a monstrous light, and the immortal sword in the hand shoots several meters of light. The whole person stood still in the air, only to see his hands clenched tightly, his eyes is serious, and a powerful aura erupted from his whole body. All around, red brilliance burst, and a dazzling brilliance enveloped the 9 Soul monument in the middle. One is to prevent the invasion of ghosts, and the other is to accumulate the power of this immortal sword. The Soul monument has strange handprints on the chest with both hands, and the whole person is like a god, and the whole body bursts with dazzling brilliance. As the light of the immortal sword in the hand of the 9 Soul steel became stronger and stronger, it was about to fill the entire body of the immortal sword faintly, and a wave of destructive fluctuations slowly spread out. It's still a little bit, the 9 Souls monument muttered, and then he didn't pay attention to the evil spirits. He concentrated on the sword in his hand to gather Douqi. In addition, many people on the ground gathered Douqi. The power is also increasing rapidly. Boom boom boom. On the other side, the terrifying suction force of the evil Yin, the constant stream of ghost Qi continuously converged on the evil Yin body from all directions. With the injection of the ghost gas, the evil Yin body also swelled up, obviously because of this extremely huge caused by ghosts. Minutes passed by. As the huge ghost Qi gathered together, a cloud of extremely thick black Qi gas could not help but surround Yingxi body with a bang, and the Yingxi ghost emperor slowly opened his eyes. Yinxia also snorted coldly. 9 Soul monument, it seems that you're the one who will lost this time. Ha ha ha. After saying that, he burst into laughter. A more terrifying force also swept in. Damn it. Half-step 8th rank Ghost Emperor. Wu Zhong also said secretly, obviously the original evil spirit, although the strength is the peak of 7th rank Ghost Emperor, but there is no small distance from this half-step 8th rank. 8th rank Ghost Emperor. The red-clothed Changjiao also said solemnly, obviously the strength of this evil spirit has surpassed his cognition and control. Half-step 8th rank. Xiao Yan also shrank his pupils tightly. It was obviously the first time he encountered such a powerful enemy, and he immediately clenched his fists, watching the changes in the sky vigilantly. It's just that at this time, the flow of douqi in Xiao Yan's body has obviously slowed down, as if it was suppressed by the evil that is comparable to that of a human 8-star douqi. Not only Xiao Yan, Yuero is also biting her lips, obviously more uncomfortable than Xiao Yan, Mu Feng, and the others are also suppressed by this terrifying evil power. The strength of this evil yin has also been sealed for such a long time, so this breakthrough is so easy. But now he hasn't really broken through the half-step 8th rank. Although the concentration of ghost energy in the body is already comparable to that of the half-step 8th rank Ghost Emperor, but at best he can count as a half-step into the 8th rank Ghost Emperor. It's just a ghost emperor. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly, obviously even if he was as strong as a human 8-star douqi, his master, the Golden Dragon King, did not take it seriously. It's so true. But this half-step 8th rank Ghost Emperor can now dominate this place. Xiao Yan also frowned slightly. Obviously he secretly formed the extermination fire lotus tightly, as long as there is a slight disturbance. The strength of this Ghost Emperor. Sacred Fire Tiger also shrank his pupils tightly, because even though he was far away from the evil spirits in the sky, he could clearly feel the extremely powerful ghost energy in this evil spirits. Mu Yingying. I'm going to break the space here. You can go out quickly. Sacred Fire Tiger also said a little weakly. What about you? Mu Yingying also said softly. This is my home. I can't stand to see it destroyed like this. Sacred Fire Tiger also said, and then he looked at the ghosts and some trees that were constantly flying from all over the corpse forest. Some eyes are red. But then you will die. Mu Yingying was also slightly at a loss. Don't you humans have a saying like this? Sacred Fire Tiger was not looking at Mu Yingying, but his breath had already soared to the limit, and then his eyes were fixed on the sky, the two powers that are just around the corner. Mu Yingying's eyes moved slightly. She obviously wanted to call back the heavenly fire Sacred Tiger, but she couldn't say anything. The Nine-Soul Monument let out a loud cry, only to hear him say, "Evil sword." Immediately, the surrounding airflow surged, and the entire area was dozens of feet, and the space was filled with a powerful and pure power. Then the Nine-Soul Monument holding a red immortal sword and standing in the sky, a light burst above his head instantly, and a flashing red and white sword of the void was held high above his head. In the blink of an eye, the broken light disappeared instantly, and the sword of the void instantly burst into a dazzling light, and it turned into a giant sword of about several hundred feet. Countless spells flickered on the sword, which were extremely clear, and were continuously scattered from top to bottom along with the red and white light. It's just that everyone on the ground can feel that this immortal sword contains an extremely powerful force of destruction and purification. Since Yin Xie broke through the half-step 8th rank Ghost Emperor, he has been staring at the Nine-Soul Monument, as if he must win. Everyone knows that this brings together the battle of the strongest in the corpse forest. Chapter 259, Immortal Sword vs Hung Fei. It's just right. Yin Xie laughed loudly, then his eyes narrowed slightly, and an extremely powerful aura emanated from his body. Countless lonely souls and wild ghosts also came out of the evil body. This is the power of ghosts. The ghost of the secluded spring, who was hiding in the dark, also shrank his pupils tightly, staring at the evil yin in the sky in front of him. Damn old guy, actually hiding such important information. Yuquan also secretly said, obviously surprised by the ferocious ghost face on this sinister body. Others may not know what this is, but Yuquan is very clear. It was this kind of ghost power that slaughtered the entire village where he lived. Although Yuquan knows that this evil may not be the culprit who killed his village in the first place, but it is only possible to find a breakthrough from him. Because at the beginning, although their village was slaughtered, the clone Yuquan was surprised when he collected the corpse, and he didn't find his younger brother's body. Therefore, Yuquan has not only been looking for opportunities to become stronger these years, but has also been looking for his younger brother, because he always believed that his younger brother would not die easily. It is rumored that people in the ghost world will be given the power of ghosts chi by ghosts when they make great contributions. Could it be that the power of this evil spirit is? Yuquan also clenched his fists and said. Hong Yi on the side also noticed that Yuquan was emotionally unstable. He just wanted to comfort him, but Yuquan calmed down again, so he had no choice but to do it, and then stared at the battle in the sky. At this time, the black chi and ghost chi all over Yinxia's body are extremely thick, and above the ghost chi, the ghostly ghost faces of some extremely ferocious lonely ghosts and wild ghosts also appeared. The power of ghosts. The Golden Dragon King also murmured while staring at the evil spirits in the air. What is that? Xiao Yan also stared at the evil spirit in the sky with a puzzled look, because Xiao Yan discovered that since the evil yin had just broken through the half-step 8th rank ghost emperor, the ghost energy in the evil spirit seems to have discovered a world-shaking change. If the ghost chi in Yinxia was 1 before, the ghost chi in Yinxia is now 10. Moreover, according to Xiao Yan's perception and judgment, the mutation of this evil yin must be related to other things, and it must not be related to promotion, because Xiao Yan has never heard that promotion will change his breath. The most important thing to advance is to enhance your aura. The power in the ghost world is divided into ghost chi, which is possessed by ordinary ghosts and some ghost emperors. Their strongest are only at the pinnacle level of the 9th rank ghost emperor. They are the same as the peak dodi of human beings, except that there are 2 kinds of power above the ghost. One is the power of ghosts. This level of power can only be absorbed by real ghosts and immortals. This evil yin is only half-step 8th rank strength. How could it have this kind of power? The Golden Dragon King was also surprised. Obviously, his brows were furrowed, and he said solemnly, if it is said that Yinxia has just been promoted to the 8th rank and has not made his Master Dragon King worry, then the power of ghosts in Yinxia now makes his Master Dragon King not surprised. The power of ghosts in this evil spirit. Xiao Yan also stared at the evil yin in the sky, and found that he was surrounded by some hideous faces. It's just strange that the hideous faces surrounding Yinxia exude an extremely evil aura. Master, what about the last one? Xiao Yan also murmured, the 3 breaths in this ghost world represent 3 levels of powerhouses. The power of this ghost is so powerful, then the last kind word of strength. That kind of power is too far away, you still don't know it right now. But don't worry, the top powers in the 7 worlds are stalemate with each other, so you don't have to worry. The Golden Dragon King also said. Yes. The war is about to begin. Xiao Yan also cast his gaze into the sky. In the sky at this time, a war is about to break out. On the one hand, Xiaoyu's whole body was full of vindictiveness, and her aura was extremely sluggish. The remaining 9 soul monument also had a solemn expression, and the fiery red immortal sword in her hand was held high above her head. The whole body is already glowing red and white light, very dazzling. In this dark corpse forest where the dark moon spreads, the red and white immortal swords emit dazzling rays of light and an extremely pure aura. As soon as the surrounding ghost energy touches it, it is evaporated out of thin air. Yinxia on the side also looked particularly ferocious, and then slowly raised his hand and pointed lightly at the position where the 9 souls monument was. Ghosts of Hung Fei. A finger that seems to be an understatement, but it contains extremely terrifying power. As Yinxia pointed his finger at the 9 souls monument, a terrifying ghostly aura that filled the entire Yin Corpse forest sky also burst out from Yinxia's body. Then he attacked the 9 souls monument with an evil aura that was like a broken bamboo. In the black rays of light, some very hideous faces kept emerging, and then they opened their huge mouths to the place where the 9 souls monument was, and shouted sweet. The scene was extremely terrifying. Seeing that Yinxia launched the attack first, the 9 soul monument also shouted loudly, and the immortal sword clenched on the head with both hands slashed down heavily. Shocking evil sword. Following the powerful slashing of the 9 souls monument, a red and white sword beam about 100 meters in size also rushed away against the evil attack. In the sky at this time, 2 terrifying rays of light are rapidly gathering at a speed visible to the naked eye. The people on the ground also held their breath, nervously watching the confrontation in the sky. Everyone at this time is also clear. In this fight, the winner will be decided. If they fail, then their fate is also. Immediately, they all clenched their fists. Boom boom boom. In the sky the terrifying two forces slammed into each other at the next moment. Following the confrontation between the two red and white rays of light and the pitch-black evil beam of light, the entire space exploded slightly, and waves of extremely hot fire waves also spread out from the explosion circle and scattered everywhere. Although Immortal Sword is the nemesis of this Ghost Emperor, after all, the Immortal Sword is broken, and now it's a cloudy moon, which has greatly enhanced the strength of the evil spirits. Get ready, there are several strong forces around here, and there may be fierce battles in a while. Xiao Yan released a flame barrier, and then said to Yuera and Mu Feng who were beside him. When the two heard the words, they nodded slightly. After all, dealing with the terrifying pressure of the evil aura already made it a little bit hard for them to breathe. Now, with Xiao Yan's barrier protection, it was a lot better. The shocking explosion in the sky lasted for a while, and then it dissipated, and everyone on the ground breathed a sigh of relief, because the two were evenly matched. However, everyone also knows that the power in the Nine Soul Monument and Yin Xia has also been consumed a lot in the previous battle. It's not very favorable for us. Hudu also secretly said. The remaining players who participated in the point-grabbing competition. Follow me. Destroy the Ghost Emperor. Wuzhong, Chapter 260, The Main Body of the Sword. Heavenly Fire Sacred Tiger, Hudu, help me kill the Ghost Emperor, and the others will support me on the ground, to prevent ghosts from attacking. With the fall of Wuzhong's voice, everyone on the ground also woke up. At this time, they were all grasshoppers on the same boat, and there was no time to think about it. Sacred Tiger, Hudu, and Wuzhong suddenly lifted off into the air and moved towards the battle circle, while the others gathered slowly, watching every move in the sky and on the ground vigilantly. 2 5-star fighting emperors and 1 6-star Dode joined the battle. Ha ha ha. The Nine Soul Monument, your strength is getting more and more tyrannical. But I just don't know how long you can hold on to this level of battle. This is the Yin Corpse Forest. The sinister smile was also extraordinarily strange. It's just that Yin Xia didn't notice the position of his heart in his body, and the tightly protected heart beat violently. Cough, cough, cough. Xiaoyu also coughed, and then slowly looked at Yin Xia. The battle just now seemed to be evenly matched, but it was actually the Nine Soul Monument that lost. If Xiaoyu hadn't helped the Nine Soul Monument resist a lot of attacks in the end, then the Nine Soul Monument itself might have just fallen directly. I didn't expect the power of this evil spirit to be so terrifying. The Nine Soul Monument also snorted coldly. Then she looked at Xiaoyu gratefully. Cough cough cough. I'm fine. But this evil yin has become a big trouble. Xiaoyu coughed violently. Obviously the vindictive energy in her body was also consumed 90% of the time. Leave the rest to me, you can rest for a while. After the Nine Soul Monument finished speaking, an extremely pure power also entered Xiaoyu's body. Yeah. Xiaoyu also returned to the ground, but no one paid attention. What Xiaoyan on the ground seemed to be doing. The Nine Soul Monument commanded the Immortal Sword in its hands with all its strength, and then without giving the evil spirits a chance to breathe, it moved it to the sky above the evil yin spirits. Body is fixed in it. In the enclosed space, the fiery red and white rays of light are constantly exchanged, constantly weakening the black aura on the evil body. Damn it, the power of purification. Yin Xie also said. Angrily, obviously quite afraid of this sword with the power of purification. Immediately, Yin Xie also discovered that there were 3 more people in the battle, and said, "Is this your righteous people? More bullies?" Although Yin Xie said so, but he didn't mean the slightest bit of fear. Stop talking nonsense. Go. Wuzhong also said. In the sky at this time, Hudu, Wuzhong, and the Heavenly Fire Sacred Tiger are all surrounded by water. When the 3 saw the Nine Souls Monument, they launched the attack first, and when the 3 saw it, they quickly dodged, staring at the powerful attack of the Nine Souls Monument. At the moment when the mysterious space covered the evil spirits, only the roar of the evil yin spirits was heard, and then the blood-colored brilliance flowed all over the body, forming a strange body shield. There is a very thick ghostly aura attached to this body shield, and as soon as it encounters the red and white light of the immortal sword in the hand of the Nine Souls steel, there will be countless dense explosions. In the confined space, the powerful ghost power slammed wildly, trying to break through the restriction. In midair, the Nine Souls Monument saw that Yinxia mobilized most of its power to break through the power of purification, and it also smiled, and then there were countless mysterious spells on the sword in its hand, and they were imprinted on the body of Yinxia. The power of Ghost's gas in an instant, an incomparably powerful destructive force was generated, and the vibrations of Yinxia's whole body were disturbed. The hideous face in the jet-black power of the ghost also exuded an extremely mournful howl, and the aura above the evil body instantly dimmed a lot. It seems that the incomparably mysterious runes of the Nine-Soul Monument, combined with the power of the Immortal Sword, also have a very powerful restraint on Yinxia himself. After all, the Ghost Emperor is also a ghost in the ghost world, with a ghostly and eerie aura. However, the evil spirits are also powerful. After a period of dimness, the brilliance of the whole body actually became stronger again, fighting against the immortal swords and mysterious runes of the Nine Souls Monument. Hudu and Wuzhong glanced at the Nine Souls Monument and seemed to sense the mutation on the Nine Souls Monument, but neither of them said anything. The two jumped up at the same time and launched an attack on the evil spirits. In midair, Hudu and Wuzhong were on the left and right, and two extremely terrifying beams of flame energy quickly disappeared towards the evil spirits. As the speed increased, the two of them whistled softly at the same time, and the two figures turned into a dragon, one left and one right, in a staggered rotation, with two powerful flames between them, and they suddenly attacked. From a distance, as the speed of the spinning double dragon accelerated, two beams of light condensed into a beam of light in a blink of an eye, with a destructive and extremely hot aura, violently hitting the evil body protection blood hood. Superior. The powerful flame power and the dazzling beam of light broke through the purification space under the mysterious fairy sword in one fell swoop, and violently hit the evil spirits. There was a wave of light and shadow, accompanied by an earth-shattering explosion, and a substantive black gas filled the surroundings in an instant. The strong light was dazzling, and in the two cold shouts, there was a roar of anger, which shot out in several directions. On the ground, under the powerful destructive force, a bottomless pit appeared, billowing smoke and dust fluttered, and the gray dust was like a layer of water mist, floating in the air. On the ground, Mu Yingying and Xiao Yan were all doing their best to use Douqi to protect their bodies, and they were deeply shocked by the scene in front of them. It's just that I couldn't help being deeply shocked by the big pit above the ground, and even more shocked by the scene above the sky. The power of the evil spirits to protect the body and ghosts is extremely terrifying. Even the terrifying blow of the Nine Souls Monument and the Immortal Sword was only a tie. Unexpectedly, Hudu and Wuzhong broke through the yin so easily. The evil spirit of protecting the body, that Hudu and Wuzhong joined forces to strike with all their might, sandwiching the might of evil yin, and finally broke through Yingxi's powerful body protecting ghost, revealing its body. In the sky a few meters away, the black aura of Yinxia was rolling over, and at the moment when it was ejected, a black thing appeared in the heart and disappeared out of thin air. However, Xiao Yan only glanced at it, and it was gone. It was covered up by the closed black light. Hudu and Wujiang's faces were slightly pale, and they gently retreated to the side of the Nine Souls Monument. Obviously, the two of them had also exerted all their abilities to break through the evil spirits. And the Nine Souls Monument on the side stopped calmly, staring at the terrifying evil spirit. The Soul Monument's eyes turned cold, and the fiery red Douqi all over his body instantly covered it, and the next moment it appeared in front of Yinxia's eyes. Taking advantage of the fact that Yinxia was not paying attention, without giving him any time to breathe, he slapped Yinxia with both hands heavily. Yinxia mixed with an extremely angry voice, "It's actually the Do skills of the Burning Incense Pavilion." Yinxia obviously recognized the attacks of Hudu and Wuzhong, and said ruthlessly, "Damn it, you hateful humans, how dare you hurt my body, you!" Before he could finish speaking, he met the attack of the Nine Souls Monument. Then a black ghost mist on the palms of Yingxi, and that terrifying aura, even a few meters away from Wujiang, could clearly feel that. On top of that, there was an extremely powerful and contained aura. The breath of extremely strong
Hi. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get updated on my latest video. Thank you for watching.